Hi everybody! I want to use this short video to talk to you a little bit about all the graphic organizers that I'm sharing with you so that you can use them effectively to write your literature review. So for our homework assignment that you're looking at right now, I've given you what I call a note guide that I'd like you to start putting your sources into. A great starting point is the sources from your annotated bibliography, but you'll likely need other sources coming into your literature review as well. What this note guide does is it lets you put all of your sources next to each other and kind of ask the same questions about each of your sources so that you can get a bird's eye view of the conversation and the connections between your sources. So for each source, you'll start recording the main ideas or key findings. You might record some notes about the methods that those authors used in their study, if they did surveys or used case studies or did experiments. And then as you add more sources across your table, you'll start looking for places where these sources agree or disagree, and then ideas for key themes that you want to highlight in your literature review. I'll show you an example from a student that she started filling out. Her topic is about reading and writing and motivation for students. And as she started filling out her sources, what she started to do was highlight with the same color key themes that she saw coming across your sources. So because she was able to put her sources in this guide and look at all of them from kind of that big picture view, she was able to spot places where they connected. So one of the potential themes that she saw was that when students are giving writing topics that are meaningful to them, they're more motivated. So she highlighted that in green, and that could be a section of her paper. Another connection that she saw was that when students participated in the writing process, that they were more motivated. Another theme that she saw that multiple authors talked about was that when students are given model or example student essays to look at, that they're also more motivated. So by looking at this, you can see when she put her articles in the note guide, she could see the key connections that might then help her write her theme sections. So she would write a theme section about the green, a theme section about the purple, and a theme section about the yellow. And in order to write that theme section, she'll move into using the next document that we are using in our class, which is the synthesis matrix that you just practiced with the New York Times article. So I'll show you what that kind of looks like. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you if I can. Sorry about that. Maybe I can't make it bigger. Let me see over here. There we go. Okay. So this is an example theme section. So if we think about that other student's paper where she put all of her articles next to each other, in the next phase, which you practice with the New York Times article, the next phase is to outline each theme section. So she would take the purple section and put it into a box that looked like this, so she could write out her theme for the purple section and then bring each of the authors that contributed to that purple section over here. So maybe her purple section, in the case of this topic, is that when students fear missing out on things, that's one reason why they don't sleep. And when I was reading the Dahl article, the Probisky article, and the Alt article, each of those authors talked about this idea of FOMO, or fear of missing out. And so I want to bring them into that theme section. I had these articles in my other table so I could see them next to each other. This idea of FOMO is one that rose to the top, and so I want to write a section of my paper about that. So I hope these graphic organizers kind of make sense to you. As at first, in the first one we looked at, in the note guide, a way to put all of your articles next to each other and ask the same questions about each one. And then secondly, in this outlining or synthesis map, a way to write out your theme and then put your authors underneath that theme, the folks that you saw that contributed to that idea. Reach out to me if you have any questions. I'm excited to see how your lit reviews come together.